Hello and welcome to the CTM NewsBreak, where we keep you up to date on what's happening right here in town. I'm Diane Sherritt-Steimel. A national conservation group has released its annual list of the country's most endangered rivers, and coming in the top 10, our very own Merrimack River.
The problem now is really a looming threat. So the forests, much of New Hampshire is forested. This river is a two-state river, and 80%, almost 80% of that land is privately owned. So the problem is that the forests act as nature's Brita filter and also as nature's sponge, helping to clean up pollutants before it goes into the river. Due to the rapid development that's occurring in southern New Hampshire, we could lose 40 to 60% of our forests.
The American Rivers Group is calling for the Environmental Protection Agency to create a bi-state watershed partnership to facilitate land protection and smart planning. In other news, have you heard about the Grandparent scam? That's when scammers call seniors and impersonate a grandchild in distress. Officials say these scams are becoming increasingly common. We spoke to Greg White from the Massachusetts Office of Consumer Affairs to find out what we need to watch for in our ongoing series on protecting yourself and your family from fraud.
They obtain information about you, your family, and typically they target grandparents who have grandchildren who are studying abroad, who are vacationing in a certain part, and they will call and they'll say, my granddaughter was studying over in France. They knew her name, they knew the school she was, they knew who she was rooming with. Now people say, well, how does one obtain all that information? Go on Facebook. All the information is readily available. It's an amazing amount of information that one can obtain from just going online. And that's what they do. And they'll say, listen, your granddaughter's been detained, and she's going to be moved to a facility. You need to send you need to wire $5,000 immediately to get her released on bond. And the grandparent will panic. They'll go to the bank, they'll go to the wire service, they'll send it over, and then they'll contact the local authorities who'll say, you know, you've been scammed, and that money's gone forever. You know, so again, you know, when in doubt, pick up the phone, you know, reach out to that individual. Countries aren't going to be calling to say send $5,000 wire to establish a bond.
Chelmsford police are addressing the issue as well, partnering with local businesses in an attempt to protect residents from wire transfer scams. They've posted signs at several businesses that offer wire transfer services, including CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, Stop and Shop, and Hanover. They urge customers to carefully consider their transaction and contact police before they send any money to ensure they're not being scammed. If you're not sure whether you're the target of a scam, call the Chelmsford Police Department at 978-256-2521. And finally, it took 4 years, but at last, Chelmsford firefighters were able to bring a section of a beam from the World Trade Center to incorporate into the 9/11 memorial. A somber ceremony as firefighters bring a beam from the 2001 World Trade Center attacks to Chelmsford's 9/11 memorial. A team of firefighters went to New York to accept the 30-pound beam. 4 years ago, the fire department requested a piece of steel from the fallen towers made available as part of the World Trade Center Artifacts program. Chelmsford has received one of the final pieces. The memorial features 2 stone pillars that represent the Twin Towers and 2 benches that honor 2 local victims, David Bernard and Andrew Green.
We've seen our memorial, so it's a fitting finish to our memorial. It's open 24 hours a day. Come down, sit down, say a prayer, do whatever. But it's an honor for all of us to have gone down to New York.
In the days after the terrorist attacks, 7 Chelmsford firefighters traveled to New York City to assist in the recovery. Thanks for watching this CTM NewsBreak brought to you by Chelmsford Telemedia. If you have news we can use, contact us at newsbreak@chelmsfordtv.org. I'm Diane Sherritt-Steimel.